Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I do true crime in my channel. Sorry guys, my thing got stuck. Hold on. This is what happens. Second. So that's what it happens when you have charm bracelets. But anyways, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new here, welcome. I do true crime on my channel. This month we're going to be talking about Hollywood murders this month, and it's the month of my birthday, so I'm so excited. On Fridays I dedicate my channels to talking about missing children. This case today, I think, is one that a lot of people know, is about Dennis Martin, and this is, to me, I think, one of the hardest case that I've talked about. If you haven't seen the documentaries in Tubi, I may be saying the wrong. I may be saying the name wrong, but it's a Tubi. If you have next Comcast, you should have it. It's a free. It's like Hulu, but it's free, and they do have documentaries of true crime and stuff. It's a really good channel. I love it. I have not seen it in a while, but they have this channel that is called, this documentary is called 411, and one of these cases they do talk about this case that I'm talking today, and that's how I found the case. I didn't know about it, and that's how I found it. It was a really sad case. You could see the pain in the family, and not knowing where he is really. Give me 1 second, Janelle. You break the socks. I'm sorry, guys. So yes, let me get started, guys, on this video. And the dirty clothes and the other socks too. Put your shoes in the closet. Anyways, guys, I'm so sorry. I have a kid. If y'all have kids, y'all know it's hard to do videos, and yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this case in the comments below. If y'all have any cases that y'all want me to talk about, please leave them in the comment below. I'm telling you, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. I love talking about missing cases, because especially kids, because I feel like we tend to forget, the media tends to forget, and I want to keep the case going. I want to be that voice, that they don't have, and I want to help these families finally, hopefully, get some answers. So let's get started. So Dennis Lloyd Martin was born June 20 of 1962. It was an American child who disappeared on June 14th of 1969 in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park in Tennessee at the age of 6. The sheer effort was the most expensive in the park history, involving apparently 4,000 search and 56 square mile area. So let's talk about his disappearance. Dennis Martin, a 6-year-old resident of Conneville, was visiting the Great Smoky Mountains National Park along with his father, grandfather, and older brother on Father's Day weekend in 1969. The camping trip was a family tradition for the Martins. The family hiked from Cadiz Cove to Russell Field and camped overnight. The next day, they hiked to Spenfield near the Paulinia Trail, where they planned to spend the night. Martin disappeared on June 14th at 6:30 while planning on a surprise the adults with his brother and other children from a separate family the Martins were camping with. He was last seen by his father going behind a bush to hide, intending on surprising the adults with the other children. After not seeing him for about 5 minutes, and when all of the other children had returned to the campsite, his father became concerned and began searching for him. His father ran down the trail for nearly 2 miles until he was sure he could not have gotten any further. After several hours, they sought for help to the National Park Service rangers. The area where Martin disappeared is marked by steps, slopes, and ravines, while animals such as quadruped, snakes, bears, feral hogs, and bobcats inhabit the area. A downpour broke out shortly after Martin disappeared, dropping 3 inches of rain in a matter of hours, which washout trail caused the stream to flow. Temperatures on the night of June 14th dropped to nearly 50 Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius. Search in the so now I'm be talking about the investigation. The search efforts include a separate search by a National Guard in Green Barrels. Found no trace, heavy rains during the first day search, and heavy mist the next day. Hampered efforts. Up to 4,000 people were involved in the search effort, potentially observing possible clues. Footprints were found in the area, but dismissed of being Martin's and determined by park officials to have been left by a Boy Scout participating in the search. The child-sized footprints led a stream where they disappeared. The tracks indicated that one foot was barefoot, while the other was in Oxford, the type of shoe Martin was wearing, or tennis shoes. Retired park ranger and author Dwight McCater believes that the prints likely belonged to Martin, as the tracks were not part of a group. None of the Boy Scouts were searching while barefoot. Shoes and socks were also found. By June 22nd, 56 square miles of ground had been covered. More than 1,000 search continued to look until June 26, when the search was cut back. The search was abandoned on June 29th after a last search. The search was officially closed down on September 14th of 1969. As of 2022, it is still the largest search in history of Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So here's the aftermath after everything happened. Danny's father offered a $5,000, equivalent to $36,000 in today money, reward for information. Psychics, including Gene Doxson, offered clues, but nothing was found. A few years after, a gangster hunter claimed to have discovered the scarlet skeleton remains of a small child in Big Hollow, Tremont. He kept the find to himself until 1985 because of fear that he would be prosecuted for illegally gainsaying. A stalking search turned up nothing. The unsuccessful search for Martin led the National Park Service to review and amend his policy on the search for missing people. See, here are some theories that they have that may have happened to them. If you do agree on these theories, please let me know. If you have any theories that I do not mention, let me know, because I really do not know what to say. 3 main theories exist about what happened to Martin. The first is that he became lost and perished from exposure of some other cause, likely during the first night. This is the most probable theory according to park official. And I kind of do agree on that theory, because if the adults were actually keeping in the eyes and the kids, and he was hiding, because he was hiding by himself, he wasn't with the other kids. I don't think they would have heard a scream if an adult did come and grab them. They probably would have heard him scream. I mean, the kids were right next. I mean, the adults were right there. So why would another person just snatch him when there's adult around the kids? You know what I mean? So that does not make sense. He probably got lost, or he saw something or heard something and just looked in the other side and just, run. He probably saw an animal or something, and he just, let's say he saw a bear. Maybe he, or not even a bear, like any type of animal that he has never seen in his life. I've never been to the mountains, guys, and never will be, just so you know. So any type of animal that he probably saw, and he was so, you know how kids are when they see animals that they never seen before, their eyes go straight to that animal, he just probably followed that animal, thinking that, okay, let me follow just for a little bit to see where the animal goes, and then I'll come back. And he probably just couldn't find his way back. The second is that he was attacked by a hunger bear, or less likely a feral pig, and carried off. I don't know what if somebody knows what a feral pig is, let me know. But if a bear, don't y'all think, I don't know what happens. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. But I don't think a bear would have ate it. I don't know. Wouldn't they be like any clues? Like, wouldn't they find his clothes, his shoes, or anything that day, like if that was the case, if a bear did do it. The third is that he was abducted and taken out of the park by something or someone. His father was promoted of the third theory. When on the afternoon that Martin disappeared, tourist Harold K. and his family heard a nurse's sickening scream, and shortly thereafter witnessed and kept rough-looking men turning up the trail near where the scream had come from. K looked at on as a man got into a white car and Birdie sped off in it. Park rangers and the Federal Bureau of Investigation concluded that there was insufficient evidence to link the site to Martin's disappearance, particularly given that the key sightings was apparently 5 miles away from where Martin disappeared. The extent time of the sighting being unknown, and the lake of trails continuing to the two sites. So this theory, I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but like I said, if the kids were not that far from the adults, wouldn't you think, me personally, like even me being an adult, if I see something or I feel like something's gonna happen to me, I scream. Like I scream so loud that you could probably hear me from your house. That's how loud I scream. So my thing is like, and I don't think I've seen a lot of other YouTubers cover this case, but I don't think they've ever mentioned that. But in my head, if the adults were not that far from the children, and the children were not that far from the adults, and even though Martin was hiding by himself in another bush, if somebody grabbed him, wouldn't he scream? Unless the adult put his hand in his mouth, then that makes sense. But I don't know. Wouldn't the kids eat? I don't know, guys. This one, yeah, this one is one that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know. I want to see what y'all theories y'all come up with, because this one is heartbreaking. It's really hard for me to even come up with the theories. There's so many theories, especially the element. Like I said, he probably saw something and he was so intrigued on what it was, and he just walked out and he couldn't find himself back to where his dad and the other kids were and the other adults were, and he just got lost. And because it was raining and it was cold, he could probably, the element. But I just hope that this family gets answers real soon. It just breaks my heart. It really does. But I will see y'all Monday with a new case. Love y'all.